Where did I put my Band-Aid? Hello, beautiful people. Find my seat. How are you all doing today? I'm putting a Band-Aid on as I cut my finger pretty bad yesterday. A mug broke and it got my finger pretty good. And I don't want to put this on too tight because I needed to start getting some air. But anyway, how are you all doing today? Was your Christmas amazing? I really hope that it was. Our Christmas was pretty good. My husband hasn't been feeling too well, so we stayed home. But we had a good time, me, my husband, and our little kitty. Boy, did she have fun playing with her new mouse toys and catnip and just treats and everything. So today, you see the title says, Your Time is Up. If this is your first time tuning in to Painting in a Word, welcome! Welcome, 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 welcome. Share with your friends and family on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media platform you're on. Go ahead and share. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please click the bell and subscribe so that you'll see all of our other videos. Besides Painting in a Word, we're going to start having some other cool videos and things coming in the new year. How many of you actually got to see the quick little how to DIY Christmas wreath? I have that on my door still, and I'm going to keep these Christmas decorations up probably until, I don't know, probably before my birthday we'll take them down, and my birthday is January 31st. I will be 30. 30! 30! I'm thanking God, though, for the new year that's coming up. Anyway, you see, I have a bigger canvas today that I will be painting on. This is a 24 by 30, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. They've been having an amazing sale on all of their Master's Touch / Fine Touch materials. That's the paint. That's these canvases. My hubby got me another one for Christmas. It's over there by the door. You all, look at my space. This is my art room. You all finally get to see my art room. This isn't all of it. I have a whole little shelf right here. Got a little Christmas tree, my paints, my glitters, face painting stuff, jewelry making stuff. It's a bunch. Maybe I'll do a little tutorial. I mean, not a tutorial. A little walk through my art room. But it's just, it's real crowded. But I'm happy because my boo got me my own camera for Christmas. Let me bring Bone back. It's not the best, but it's getting the job done, and I'm so grateful for it. This is the camera my sweetie got me, and sorry if it's a little grainy or whatever, but he's got me my own camera for Christmas and a bunch of other stuff. Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, cool hoodies and sweatpants, and oh, these cute little house shoes I'm wearing today. I've been wanting some real house shoes because I've been wearing Adidas flops for 6 years. But without further ado, we're going to get started. And today might get a little real. It might get a little real for you and for me. Because I ain't going to lie, I was a little in my feelings before I started this live today. I want to do it because what I will be talking about today, it's a part of where I'm at, but it's also a part of where I've noticed and know a lot of people are at. And when I say your time is up, that's the title of today. Your time is up, meaning you know that God has called you for something and you've been going the other way. You've been going to the left. This is my left. This is probably y'all right. But God's trying to get you into a place so that he can get you onto the right path to go where he's trying to get you to go. So we can no longer be afraid of what that looks like, of what that leveling up feels like. And you all, most of you probably know a bit of my testimony. It's still in the making. But I went full-time into my business this year. I was working at Deer Creek Christian School as a K-8 art teacher. And teaching was fun. I enjoyed it. I love it. I had a little over 100 kids. I really enjoyed teaching those kids. But then God said, this is your last year. It's time to go full-time. I will show you what that means. Let me tell you, I thought, ooh, excitement, this is going to be amazing. Oh, whoo, whoo. After June, it sucked. It sucked. I wanted to quit. I wanted to throw out everything. It just wasn't good. It was not what I thought it was going to be when I said yes to God. But it has to start somewhere. When God calls you and you know that God has chosen you, speaking of chosen, that is my word for the new year. If any of y'all is out there choosing a word for the new year, why is it jumpy? Stop jumping. That is my word for the new year. Is I am chosen. Because so many times God will call us to do certain things and we refuse. We don't really want to do it, or we think it's going to be all this amazing cool excitement, and it turns out to be something that we didn't expect. But then honestly, I really believe that at the end of it all, you finally kind of start to see the big picture. And like even in this camera, you see pieces of paintings, pieces of artworks, and this one you'll get to see the full piece. But sometimes we might start in just a corner, and God is calling us to do something, and we see only this small piece of the picture. And God is like, if you would just humble yourself and pray, if you would walk by faith and not by sight, if you would just truly, truly trust me and not worry about what it looks like, you will see this full picture. So I'm going to start painting. I'm going to put this on the tree. So with me in this space, I know that God is like truly transforming me. Just it's just something. God is truly transforming me, and not just because it's a new year. This is something that's already started. Something that's already started earlier this year. I told you, school ended in May. You all, when you're a teacher, you have to let the principal and the people know way ahead of time what you're going to do. So I think it was actually March or something that I had to let them know if I was going to return or not. And it might have even been before that. But I asked God for confirmation before I just up and left. And while we were in a teacher's meeting, confirmation came. And you know when people say they heard God talk to them or whatever, it wasn't like a literal voice, huge voice, like on a microphone at a Bulls game or something, but it was like a knowing. It was just like within my spirit, I just knew, okay, God, that that was it. That was my answer. But sometimes we get an answer from God and we decide to go the other way instead of following God by faith. And what it means to follow God by faith is to simply let go of what we think things are supposed to be, how we think they're supposed to go. For me, I recognize the time where I'm at, and I'm actually taking a break from it all. So we will not have any January open parties. We won't probably have another open party until our annual couples party. But this is something that I was fighting. I did not want to take a break because I kept feeling like if I take a break, how's anything going to get done? How am I going to do anything? I kept asking God, and I was like fighting with myself. Like, I don't want to take a break. How am I going to take a break now? We just did all this cool, amazing stuff. We did the Women's Expo, and we did the STEAM program with the Wheaton Library. We did all this amazing stuff in October alone. And then we did the Christmas party for Jimmy John's, which was 18 people there. It was a pretty big party, which could lead to other opportunities. But it's like, why should I take a break now? I feel like I need to fight harder. Like, I feel like I need to do more. But like I said, God will give you a confirmation. When we know when God is speaking to us. We know when your time is up. That means that your time is up on sitting on the sidelines. Your time is up of being in the background. Your time is now for every single thing that God has been preparing you for. He's now saying, now is the time. Now is the time. Whatever that looks like for you, you have to fully embrace what God is doing in this time, in this season. We're entering into winter. And let me share with you all. I was looking outside my window the other day, and this is something I often do. I love to look at nature and pray and talk to God. And I was looking outside my window, and I was talking to God, and the trees, all the leaves, actually, I'm going to rephrase that. Most of the leaves have fallen off of the trees. But what God began to show me is those few little leaves that are still hanging on. And they may be hanging on by a thread, a strand. I'm trying to say thread and strand at the same time. Strand, thread, whatever. Stranded. It almost sounds like stranded. Anyway, so God was showing me those leaves that are hanging on the trees, but then all the other leaves that have fallen. It's like when winter or when the seasons begin to change, and you see that in nature, not just our human nature, but in nature with the trees. What God showed me is that there are people in this world, most of the people in this world are of the world. That's what they're living in. They're living in just going by, blowing with the wind, whatever goes. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fall off. I'm going to do whatever. And God showed me the few leaves, and they were sporadic. They were all out around, like in different areas. And God was showing me, I've placed people all around you, all around this world, that are meant to bring back those people who have fallen away. There's so many people that you think are okay, and they're not. There's so many people that they need you. And I've chosen you for these people because there's somebody else in this bunch that I've called, but they need to hear what you have to say. So when these seasons come in your lives, they won't fall away. They'll be able to grab that other bunch so that when winter comes, you can have the strength to hold on. Your time is up feeling sorry for yourself. Your time is up saying, I'm not good enough. Because whatever it is that you are good at, even if it's one thing, if you just cook eggs good, honey, believe me, God will use that some way, somehow. I was feeling like that, like Who needs art? Nobody needs, like, there's so many artists. Who needs art? Then God began to show me other artists who were also sharing their love of God through their art. Because I didn't know how to do that. If you see my Instagram, I have an Instagram that is Jalisa C, and it's just me sharing like different scriptures or inspirational things. Then I have another Instagram where it's my art page, Lisa C the artist. And that's the page where I share like a lot of the art stuff and, you know, painting in a word, little recap videos. But I've had the hardest time trying to figure out, how do I just be me? I can't separate that. And with me taking this step back, taking this month off, I know that God is bringing some things into perspective for me. And you might not need to take a step back. This is whatever God is calling you to do, whatever you know is in your heart and in your spirit. And we know, but we run from it sometimes. And if you truly don't know, then that comes a time where you have to really sit in God's presence. And when I was doing that, looking at those trees, God was showing me that about those trees, how there's so many people who've fallen away, so many people who are longing for that purpose. You're not alone, Jalisa, but I've chosen you because you've got what I've given to you. Even if you don't see it or realize it yet, you've got it. You've got it. It doesn't matter what anybody has tried to say to you as a child, as an adult. It doesn't matter what anyone has tried to say to you. You've got what God has given to you before you were even formed in your mother's womb. That is God's word. And like I said before, as I'm sharing this, I'm speaking and sharing for myself as well. I need a bigger brush. Because for me, like I said, God has called me to go full time back earlier this year. And honestly, I haven't known what that looks like. I haven't known what that even means. So in certain cases, God will need you to take a step back so that he can speak to you and show you what this means. Y'all see, I had to get a larger brush. This is the brush that I normally use. This brush and this canvas, it can get the job done, but it's going to take a long time. So when God wants to take us from this to this, because he has something greater for you prepared, the painting, the canvas size of your life that you've been painting has been on this. Let's put it this way. This is the canvas size of your life that you've been painting on. And this is the tool for that size of territory. But in this position of life where God starts to transition you, pulling away what is normal to you, setting that to the side, and then you still see just a piece of yourself, and you're trying to do this with the wrong tools. You're trying to do this with the tools that you used to have. But God is trying to give you something else. And it may take you taking a step away. This brush is going into the water to go be cleansed, to be transformed, to be able to be used again. God will give you something else that's more compatible with what He's giving to you. These are the new tools that God is giving you for not just 2020, but for the whole next level of your life. You're not going back. We will never, ever go back to 2019. Now, unless, of course, there's some such thing as time travel, but I don't believe in time travel. I believe that God is outside of time, and He sees each and every part of our lives, and that is the part of time travel I believe. But I do not believe I time travel. You will never go back to 2019. When it is the year 2023 or 2039, this tool, God's going to upgrade you again to another tool. And then you're going to have another canvas that's probably 3 times this. Because the tools that God gives to us on each level of our lives, it's not just going to happen overnight. These tools we have to learn how to use our new tools. Your time is up with just writing the song, putting the lyrics onto the paper, but never singing that song. That time is over. You've written the song. God is saying, now I'm moving you into singing that song. Because once you sing that song, your voice is going to be heard. And just like that, those leaves on the trees that have fallen away, when you begin to speak, those leaves are going to come back. And God is going to cause other people to sing, to live, because He's brought you out of where you used to be. You've allowed, that's huge, allowing God to give you the new tools. Don't hold on to what you think is good right now. Praise God and thank God for where you are. Our apartment where we are now, I am still so grateful for this apartment. I see that we're growing out of it. And I know that we need at least $200,000 in order for us to build the home that we've been praying about, drawing about, talking about, looking at pictures, everything. I know that we need at least $200,000 to do it. Because it's going to have an in-house music studio where my husband can teach his students at home. It's going to have an in-house art studio where I can hold classes of 10 at least to teach the youth in the neighborhood or even adults that want to come. It's going to be the beginning of the creative suites right there at home. You ever heard that saying where it says it starts at home or manners start at home? But the things that you do while you're at home or what's in your heart, those things are going to come out. Your time is up for sitting on the sideline. Your time is up feeling sorry for yourself. Your time is up looking in the mirror and seeing nothing. because you know good and well that God sees all of you, and it's most definitely something. It's something. You might not know what to call it. You might not know what title to give it, but God knows your name. He knew before he formed you in the womb of your mother. He knew before your mama was born, before your great grandma was born. Jesus knew you. Oh, Lord. It's a little glare on here, but if you're just tuning in, I encourage you to definitely watch the replay of this once it's posted. Let me see if I can. Oh, you can't see nothing. Perfect. I'm actually getting. I need to see this. I need to blow this up for how I want to do this face part here. Actually, probably should use a smaller brush, but yes. This is super tiny. Ah, mouth closed. There we go. But not with all those lines, of course. This is a sketching. Her hair is actually going to come around right here. Bring that around here. We'll do a little bit more hair here, here. Well, I kind of do. Kind of don't want to do that. I still gotta paint that part in. Or it might be hair. That's gonna be hair. So that's gonna be hair. That's gonna be where her earring falls down. That's gonna be a little bit more hair. So if I do her eye, her nose, and her lips. Hmm. Let me pop a squat for a moment. It's okay if you have to take a moment and take a little bit. Was that dripping? Love that. It's alright if you gotta take a moment and take a step back and look at it. I want to get, this is what I want to bring, but she's looking the wrong way. So we're just going to take this. Huh? This is what I want. But her face is, it's a little, I might have, alright. Let's just work with what we got from here to there. Okay. Because now her face is going to turn a little bit more. But her hair is still going to show through here. Her mouth is a little. Should I use black? I'm going to use black. Her hair is actually coming down again. There. So that won't be showing, but I will have this. I know this looks crazy to y'all. Y'all probably can't tell what I'm doing, but I might just fill this whole thing in. Hold on. I think I got too much black now. But I probably should use a different color. There's no other color to use. That's not gonna show. That's not gonna show. This will show. Just need to cut down some. I need some. I'm gonna have to. I need to get my blow dryer. That will be there. That's gonna be filled in. I need my blow dryer. I've got to grab my blow dryer, so give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back. Grabbing me some water. Knew that wasn't true. The process of creating art, you get to see it live. Especially if you're a YouTuber and you're thinking about doing some videos. I go live and you get to see all the behind the scenes, all the steps. Professionals aren't perfect. We're just professional. I'm putting another coat on this. I'm going to let it dry again. I misplaced her face the way I wanted it to be. For some people, whether you tune in now or you watch it from the beginning or you fast forward to this spot, some people, you have to be okay with your mistakes and not allowing your mistakes to define you. Everybody makes mistakes. No matter what level in life you think you're at, your pastor will make mistakes. They're not perfect just because they are a pastor or a leader of the church. People make mistakes. The key is to not keep making those mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Move past your mistakes. Understand, I messed up. Maybe you messed up again. So we thank God for his forgiveness. But the title that I put on here, that your time is up. That your time is up. For seeing yourself for all the mistakes you've made. Because God does not see those mistakes no more when you repent and you follow and submit yourself to Christ. No matter what level in life you are, you still gonna make mistakes. Don't sit there and waddle in your mistakes. Try and figure out what you can do to fix it. Now, we're gonna get this dry and go back on and work it out as you should. If you have any mistakes that you've done in your life, any things that you know that you've done and you've allowed it to dictate who you are now, your time is up. God says no more. You can no longer do that because I need to get you to the grand slam. I need to get you to the big picture. I need to get you to where I showed you. And you cannot hold on to the mistakes that you've made. So what if other people are bringing it back up? They're not going where you're going. You have to forgive you and allow yourself to be forgiven, because God has forgiven you and He loves you for who you are, who He's called you to be, not the you who's holding on to your past mistakes. All right, take a sip of that water, and let's hopefully not mess up again. I feel like her face is supposed to be another color though, like gold. I don't know. I don't feel like her face is supposed to be like a certain color. I think it's supposed to be gold or something. But the rest of this, I'm bringing her hair in some more. Her hair is going to fall onto this side too. But her face is meant to shine out. And then I'm doing something else cool, like a halo, gold halo or whatever up here. It's going to be dope. It's going to be amazing. But what I want to work out is making sure her face is right. I do not normally paint faces like just a regular random person face. And usually if I'm painting an actual portrait of someone, first of all, I don't do that live. Second of all, I do use a grid system when I'm looking at a picture where you take a picture to transfer it to something else. Maybe I'll record how to do that, and it will be one of the courses that we'll have out next year. But for this particular face, she's like, it's almost like a reflection of myself of what I'm creating here. And I might share, but I don't know yet. But she's like a new revamped woman. And I'm feeling that her face is not meant to be like black or white or brown or what have you. It's, I think, gold. But I want to get the details of her face in here. So I have my gold paint sitting over here. And I do have brown. Oh, it's like a golden brown. Something like that. But I want to get the features of her face in. So I am going to sit here and sketch it out. But I think, make sure all this is dry. I think I'm going to use a pencil this time. It's not too much. I guess I could use this eraser. Alright. So I kind of want to make her face look like this. But then again, okay, let's see. It's her neck. She actually is. Let's see. Nah, I'm going to just use that. Where you go? Someone from Ireland is on our website. Got a notification. Alright, we're going to look at this. Oh, oops. I should take a picture of my face, of how I want to get that, and then paint it in there. Okay, this is what I want. Alright, so she's this way. Her hair is here. Her hair is going to come out more along here. So all of that is hair. So this is all painted in. This is all hair down here. This is skin, this little piece. So let me, I'm actually going to This is part of her neck. This is hair, 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 hair. Because I'm going to create some details of hair in there too. That's all hair. But then her face will be here. So let me see how I'm doing that. Okay, because her face is like, I don't want to see, or maybe I do want to see that other eye. We'll see. Let's see. Okay. I got chin. Let's see how I do this. So I want her to be looking like she's praying. So it's going to be that. How do I want to do this, Lord? Guide my hand, Jesus. Her eyebrow will not show. Her hair will be coming all the way down. So the end of her eyebrow will be like right here. So if the end of her eyebrow is right there, we just don't draw that in. So that's the end of her eyebrow. Or should I bring that over some? Because I think that's what's throwing me off. Because of her hair, if her face is like this. That's all forehead. Her hair is right here. That's what's making it a little hard. Her hair is sitting here. She's got one of those big pretty froze that just come like all down around your face. So her hair is sitting here. So I'm drawing in, her nose goes in, comes out. In, out. And then you got the little doo-wop. You got the little, I'm not picking my nose. You got the little hair here, dip in the nose come out. It's a little more dipped than that. Yeah, a little more dipped. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so just a little more dipped. This is gonna be like that. Her nose. She got, that's actually a little more slanted like this. And that's right here. Got your birch this right here. Slanted nose, nostril. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Eye, so then that's nose, nostril. Nostril. You got that right there for her point of her nose. And you got this for her. Oh yeah, girl, you coming to life. Y'all probably can't see that, can you? You probably can see a little better now. This won't be here though, if you can see that. All right. I wish y'all could see this a little bit better, but it's all right. God will lead us to get better cameras one day. All right, so that is actually creating that part right there. Her nose, her nostril, and then this is going to come down. Create that right there. She got that little dip. That's where you get that there. All right, we got that. And I might have to stop the stream, but I might just let it go. This probably will be the longest one. Usually, sometimes I'll stop, but I'm going to keep going. Shows the process. Probably be one of my longest videos, but it's okay. All right, so we got this, and this is her eye bowler right here, right where that dip is at. So we got this. Got her eyeball right here. And we're going to bring that down. She's got this eye.